All right. It's Sunday. You know what that means. We're here with another episode of Totally Unprofessional. This week's guest, we have an awesome up and coming pop punk band by the name of Years Down. Uh, so here
So
they are.
guys,
Hey, how's it
how's it
going?
going? How's it going?
So I like to do self introductions for group episodes just to make things easier. So we'll go around the horn. If you could all introduce yourselves, say your name and what we do in the band.
Let's start with Tim because he's all by himself.
Yeah. What's up? My name's Tim Rice, and I play rhythm guitar.
All right, nice.
Okay.
My name's Ben Gonzalez, and I play drums for the band. How's it going?
Griffin Mather, lead vocals.
Aaron James, I play lead guitar.
John Nicholas played lead bass and backup vocals.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
This guy sings sometimes. All right. So I don't have a whole lot question-wise this week because I'm totally unprepared instead of totally unprofessional. But I did want to just talk a little bit about. From what I saw, you guys are from Colorado. Is that right, or am I wrong?
Yes, sir.
Colorado.
Yep.
Nice. And I know that the pandemic has put a dampener on everything when it comes to like trying to play shows and stuff, but we're starting to get into things moving back towards normal. Have you guys been able to play any shows at all since you started putting everything together?
Yeah, we've done a 420 show. Well, we'll use air quotes on that. It was technically supposed to be a 420 show, but we overshot the venue capacity, so we ended up having to move it, and it ended up happening the day after 420, but that was still really fun. And then just yesterday we wrapped what was it? Like
It was a a local record store called Angelo CDs in Aurora.
Nice.
So that was cool. Got to play outside, and
Well, it's good to know that you guys are at least getting to play some shows. You guys have put out a single so far. What was the name of the single again? I'm sorry.
Better Off.
Better Off. That's right. I put it at the top of my playlist, so I've listened to it a few times. It's killer stuff, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
So with that said, where did the inspiration come to write that particular song and start with that as your first release?
So as far as like the lyrics were concerned and the kind of the direction of the song, it was I wrote the lyrics predominantly about a pretty brutal breakup that I had a while back, and that's sort of why so much of the imagery in the song is tied to like death, burying, stuff like that, winter, in the December states of mind and stuff like that. And then I had these awesome guys here to like help me really bring the idea to fruition with the super awesome like breakdown bit that we have. Like I don't even know how that came about. It was like just jamming, thinking it needed something else one day, and then Ben like just going wild on the drums.
Right. No, and the whole song started really with Tim's riff. He brought this riff to the table, and he's like, what do you guys think of this? And then I was like, and then I come up with the power chords and for the song, and that was basically how long? Maybe 20 minutes we wrote that song.
Yeah, the first draft we probably had wrapped,
structured it out
in like a practice, which is usually a couple hours. So we had knocked out the first go round and then just kept adding to it. Yeah.
Nice. And was that recorded in? Do you guys have a studio that you go to, like a professional, a big?
Yeah, we got Mr. Taylor Hahn, out also local here in Aurora, based out of his house, and he's just the consummate professional. He's like just so easy to work with when it comes to like, hey, we're gonna lay this track down, and just like, all right, cool, and just like plug you in whenever you need it, and like give good advice, and like, hey, here's how this is great what you guys are doing, but here's how to make it better. I just love what he does. So
straight awesome
Mr.
guy, yeah.
Taylor Hahn. So just throwing the plug out there.
Yeah, Han Audio.
Han Audio, yeah.
Nice. So that brings me to my next question: is was that the only thing that you recorded there during that session, or do you got other stuff that you're kind of waiting for?
Yeah, we got some
Money.
some things up our sleeves for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, we're sitting on two
5.
more completely mastered tracks, and then we've got another 3 that we're working on mastering right now. So we've definitely got some content ready to go and send out as soon as things line up just right.
Videos too.
Yeah,
In the
yeah, new
works.
music video. I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
We've got the one for Better Off that's gonna be dropping with New Noise magazine on April 30th.
Yep.
That we shot with M. White Productions. Our buddy Morgan White was our videographer for that. Did a fucking amazing job.
Yeah.
Super clutch videography. I think everyone was really happy with how it turned
Really,
out.
the resolution of the video is amazing. It's better resolution than real life.
Yeah, it feels like
you'll
it's
dig
really
it.
there. It's really
You'll dig it.
unnerving.
Cool. So when how long have you guys been a band? Is this something that you just recently formed not too long ago? Have you been playing a while? Is it
For a year and a half. Huh?
Yeah, I think
We're
we're like
already
about a year and a half.
Yeah, it's like 2019, the winter of 2019.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Kind of like September, October, somewhere in
Yeah,
there.
I joined in November, and then we got ready to play our first show in, was it February?
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
we
February
recorded
February
that
2020.
February.
Yeah.
And then we
And
had
after
other
that-
shows lined up, and then
Yeah.
well,
Got shut down.
Pandemic.
Yeah, everything fell apart. Yeah, but we were lucky. Like we actually took the time to
Right.
write and work on our style and refine our sound and just generally become like a tighter band. Like I feel like we really took an
Oh, hell
opportunity of the pandemic instead of like I know a lot of bands have chosen to like
It was our
you know,
intention
sleep
to do
on
that
it or
too,
just like
you know?
break up or take a break or something. But that was really a good chance for us to like get stronger and even like closer in terms of how we work together and
Mhm.
just kind of learning everyone's nuances and shit like that.
definitely? Tim, anything to add? You're all by yourself over there.
No, we basically, Ben and I started the band. We were gonna go a different route, but that fell through. So we decided, hey, let's keep this going. Let's start a strong, different band. And we brought Aaron. Ben knew him from, they used to work with each other back in the day. So Aaron came in, and then I pretty much just went online and tried to find people to rock with, vocalists. We found Griff, and then we found John, and it clicked. And I think we all share the same ambition. Like we all have the same goal, and I think that's where we're strong as too as well. Sorry.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're good, buddy.
Awesome. So you guys got together shortly before all this nonsense started, and then you kind of utilized the time off from shows to really to write and to practice, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
record. Yeah.
Listen to ourselves. I think that was probably our greatest teacher, is like we just get somebody's phone out and press record, man, and just listen to ourselves. Like, let's change this. And even when we got into the studio working with Taylor Hahn, it was the same thing there. It was like, let's expand upon this. Let's use this. Let's keep adding and making things exciting. And I guess that was the whole goal that we talked about, getting to the point where we're at right now and talking to you. This is everything we set out to do, we've done thus far. We got more to do yet, but
yeah, it was always kind of like wouldn't it be cool if sort of mentality.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if we recorded a song professionally, and like, wouldn't it be cool if we had a music video, and
we
like,
just,
wouldn't it be,
started doing it.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to do it, is just to kind of put your heads down and get to it anyway. I mean, I know from personal experience that recording in practice is probably like a it's like an eye-opening experience almost, because when you're in the room and you get everything cranked up to 11, like everything sounds good, and then you listen back to it and you're like, well, all right, this doesn't sound quite right, or we could change this. Like it's a whole nother experience listening back to it than it is playing. um, so I do want to pivot a little bit. I noticed that you guys have already done pretty well for yourselves with one song out. You've got looks like 400 or so monthly listeners on Spotify. Your Facebook page has been doing pretty good. Is all that organic from like just talking to people or playing shows, or has there been kind of a strategy behind pushing things?
So a lot of it has definitely been through word of mouth locally and just generally kind of, local networking through different artists and people that we're friends with, shout out Losers Club.
Right, yeah.
But in terms of a lot of the growth that we've seen recently, that's definitely been through, networking outreach through social media, just reaching out to people in different pop punk groups and stuff like that are looking for new music, that are interested in just being open and trying new shit, and just kind of trying to get our song in front of them and being like, hey, like, what do you think? We'd love to hear your feedback. And luckily it's been pretty resoundingly good. So, but yeah, it's all no buying likes, no buying streams. We want to do it all DIY, organic as possible. Like, yeah.
Well, that's pretty a pretty noble cause. See, it's got to be nice. Are you guys because I don't know, is where you are, is it like a bigger city area, or are you guys kind of like out in a rural area?
So Aurora is kind of like a suburb, but Denver is pretty big in terms
What are we
of
talking,
like a major
people-wise?
metropolitan.
Oh, I mean, like metro population is probably close to 1 million. I mean, like, yeah, like Denver itself 600,000, and Aurora's right next, and it's 350,000 people. So I mean, like, yeah, no, I mean,
yeah,
we're yeah,
And quickly too.
Yeah. And the scene out here is just absolutely incredible. Not even just locally speaking, but like in terms of national and international acts that come through here all the time. There's tons of great pop punk bands that come out here constantly. So there's really a healthy scene and a healthy.
Well, there was.
Oh yeah, until
until
COVID, but hopefully it comes resurging.
I think there's a resurgence of, like, since there's shows happening again, there's people that are really wanting to go out to shows. Like when we played Herman's Hideaway, and it was us and two other pop punk bands, including the Losers Club.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like that when we had maybe about like 40 to 50 people in the place, and it was pretty much packed according to limitations on what the city could do at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like, but like all like everybody in the audience was just like totally digging it, like for all the bands, like just like totally engaged, and not just like, oh, I'm on my phone. Like, no, they're all rooting for like all the bands. It's like, this is what, like, in the show we played the other day, like people are just like just cheering on, like, and it's just like they just kind of loving it. So I think live music, when it's coming back in full, I think there's a huge demand for it for all genres, but hopefully for us pop punk, we'll be right in that.
Right. So you would say that it's like a bigger growing scene out there, and not like you're not struggling to find places that are looking to host shows or anything like that, or bands to play with?
Definitely not. No, there's tons. I mean, between like just small to medium sized venues, you have more than 10. There's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good to hear, because honestly, that's probably the one nail in the coffin that I've seen for a lot of bands that I've personally like been in or been around. Is we live in upstate New York, so it's like you can either travel to Syracuse, out towards Buffalo, or to Albany, or you can try to 4-hour drive or plus, depending on where you're from, down to the city and try to find venues there that'll host you. But like trying to like organically grow from here, it's more of an internet, or like trying to push it that way, because you can't see people.
Right.
No, I completely understand. I think our next venue is like 10 minutes away from my house and your house. Like,
Which one?
Yeah.
The Lost Lake.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
right around
Yeah.
the corner, man.
Yeah, we've got another
Yeah.
show in like 2 months, and it's gonna be super close to where both of us live.
Yeah.
So we're incredibly blessed with
Right.
opportunities
Yeah.
out here for sure.
Most definitely. There's a venue. Unfortunately, like throughout the United States, there's just a lot of venues getting shut down. We haven't really. There's only been a few here, like
Yeah,
King's
Three
Tavern.
Kings,
Yeah, that's a
That
major
was a
venue.
bummer.
That was that was a
But
big deal.
they're back up. They're just doing
Are
things
they?
a little bit differently. Yeah.
Yeah, streets closed, like Streets of
Streets
London.
closed, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Streets
sucks,
of
yeah.
London, Streets of London.
So yeah, we weren't
Um,
totally unaffected by the pandemic.
The
Sure.
the lines later.
Yeah,
Line-
we had a show there. Yep.
Yeah, we had one lined up, but never got a chance to play it because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like everyone's story right now.
Yeah.
So in upstate New York, I got relatives up in Hammondsport and Arkport. Where are you at?
Oh, I'm closer to Utica, like
Okay.
so like a half hour 45 from Syracuse where I am because I'm on the
Okay,
other side.
gotcha.
All right.
So it's like there are places to play out here, but it's definitely, more of a hunt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. And the other thing is that like, so all the people that are like my age that were really into pop punk, back when we were growing up, a lot of people, they grew up, they realized that there was limited job opportunities here. So now they're gone. So it's like, well, you either got to change to try to appeal to the old people that are still here, or you got to
Right,
Yeah, we got that new
travel to
generation
go
coming
somewhere
up.
else. So I wanted to talk a little bit about just like what sorry.
You're all
Good,
good,
man.
Like what are your long-term goals for this project? I mean, it's pretty fresh. You guys are a little over a year in. You got your single out. You got a few tunes in the works. Where do you want to be in 2 years?
I don't know about you guys personally, but
Yeah, speak your mind.
definitely touring nationally, internationally, doing festivals, just really bringing our music to as many people that want to hear it. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's like we had said earlier, this kind of all started on like a wouldn't that be cool sort of mentality, and I feel like that's kind of what's going to drive us to accomplish a lot of things. Hopefully Warped Tour comes back. It would be sick as fuck to play that. It'd be cool to play Bamboozle, Slam Dunk. Like there's all these, personal checklists that I have. And I know everyone else here has probably got their own like special list of like what covers they want to be on, or who they would like to work with, or shit like that.
I mean, it'd be cool to play Riot Fest and be on the next Tony Hawk Pro Skater game. I'm cool with that.
And I know for me, I very much agree with Griff, as I just want to get as much of an audience live and in front of people that can possibly be built, because that's where you make your most loyal fans, is when you're there in front of them and they can see you, ripping up the guitar, doing whatever it is you're doing,
having fun,
being with them, celebrating them as much as we're celebrating the music that we're making, so that'd be like the best thing for me. Anything in between there, it doesn't really matter, as long as, it's like that, the one guy at the end of the bar is like, hey, let's go in places, but that's just me, and of course, there would always be, the dream for me would just to play like Austin City Limits, play that stage, or be in front of a massive audience like Monsters of Rock in Moscow, like 1 million people.
Oh my god,
that'd be insane,
dude.
That'd be insane.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh
God. That definitely be like a bucket list thing for me. Like I could probably die happily then.
Yeah. No, I think I kind of agree with you. Like with the live performance, like that's the ultimate thing for me, where just like we're mentioning at Herman's, like playing to like 40 or 50 people, but they're all engaged in the show, and that's pretty awesome. And it's like where I've done shows in the past, and where I used to live in Chicago, so I played like the Cubby Bear and House of Blues Chicago, and like being able to play to that like size of an audience again and then go bigger. I mean, that would just be like amazing to be able to just be able to do that and like constantly every single time. It's like all we got to do is like, yo, hey, we playing a show. Oh, everyone flocks to it as opposed to like just dragging friends and family. Like come on, man, come on. You know, it's like, you know, have that organic audience where all you got to do is like, yo, we playing. Yeah, full audience every school. Like that would be ultimate goal for me.
Nice, yeah. I mean, in 2 years for me, I mean, I just hope we're touring, like Griff said, you know, just keep progressing and stuff like that. I guess my bucket list locally would just be able to play at Red Rocks. I think that'd be
yeah. Yes.
You know, that would be
oh my God, achievement unlocked. Like, I could die happy that happens. Like,
yeah.
What about you, Tim? What's your bucket?
I feel like the opportunity has no ceilings, you know, like I'm willing to take it as far as it goes, but you know, you got to take it one step at a time. You know, I really want to play bigger shows, and you know, the biggest goal for me would to play the stage to where like I went to my first concert and saw that stage and said, man, I'm going to be on that someday, you know, and like as soon as I make that, you know, my first concert was at Fiddler's Green out south of Denver. And, you know, I saw my favorite act there and I was like, man, I want to be up there one day. And if I can make that happen, I think that'd be pretty rad.
Oh yeah.
That would be awesome.
Tim, who was that act, by the way?
Yeah.
The act?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Blink-182 and Newfound Glory.
I was wondering if you were gonna like say it was like, oh yeah, Stoop Dog. And, I was just kind of curious.
It was when they were on tour for Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was one of a good era, you know.
I was actually gonna ask, what are some of the craziest shows that you've been to, like biggest acts and coolest things you've seen?
Biggest acts. I think we all have long concert
Yeah,
history.
Yeah, we all have a lot.
Yeah.
God, I'm just trying to think. Like, first one comes to mind is Fiddler's Green when I went to see Slayer there and got a black eye. That was it was their last Denver show, and you know, getting that black eye, and yeah, that was memorable. I'm trying to think of anything else.
One of the main things for me, I got to see Sabbath at the Gorge in Washington. That was pretty awesome. But honestly, the most memorable concert moment that I had was the first concert I went to at the Starlight in Fort Collins, Colorado. The Melvins were playing. And the Melvins are a Seattle-based band. I grew up in Seattle, so I knew the Melvins, and I was a big fan. And the lead singer of the Melvins, you know, to his credit, I mean, or to his detriment, took us outside. Me and my brother, we weren't 21, bought us both a beer and a shot, took pictures with us. We hung out with the band and shit. And that was nice. That was actually one of the cooler moments that's ever happened to me, because I was really starstruck by meeting Buzz Osborne, the lead singer, and like Dale Grover and the members of the band that I had, you know, just were, you know, just didn't really worship, but you know, they're just like, man, you guys are just, you know, awesome musicians. And then to see them play, and one of the cover songs that they did by a band called Ecstasy, Primus did a cover of their song too, but the Melvins did this really nice, just punk song, and that's forever etched in my brain, because it was just badass song, and everybody's right up on the stage, right up in the front row, you know, and I'd have to say that was the best one for me.
I actually had, I didn't have a lot of concerts that I got to go to when I was younger, because I am from Kentucky. So the pop punk, hardcore, you know, metalcore scene, although it is coming up out there now, it wasn't super big back then. But I did get to go see A Day to Remember in this fucking flea market.
Interesting.
And it used to be, it was like the actual venue that they performed in had been originally like an old private airplane hangar. So it was just, I mean, it was them, Under Oath, Close Your Eyes, and it was just an insane show. Like, the energy was wild. I had been listening to their music for a little while at the time. I think it was on the For Those Who Have Heart re-release tour. and it was everything I had ever wanted and like seen in music videos and hoped for, just crowd surfing, wild pits, just I was sold. Like I had always wanted to be in pop punk when I was younger and like had seen the music videos and stuff like that. But once I like actually got to like experience it, I was just absolutely smitten. And then I got to come out here where it's just like a fucking pop punk mecca almost, compared to like all the small shows and like medium and up and coming bands that you can go see. Like since I moved out here, I've gotten to see State Champs, Belmont, 4 Years Strong, Newfound Glory, tons of times, Hot Mulligan, like anyone that's coming up in the pop punk community, I've gotten an opportunity to like see and meet and have interactions with, and it's been a literal dream. It's been amazing.
Oh yeah, so I guess my most memorable one would probably be my first show that I went to. It wasn't any pop punk or nothing. It was actually Summer Sanitarium tour. I think it was like 2002, 2003 or something like that. So definitely, Metallica was the headliner, but you also had like Mudvayne, Deftones, Linkin Park, and Limp Bizkit. So that was a really cool show, and it was at Mile High Stadium, and I was lucky enough to get like floor seats, so I was actually in the crowd and stuff. So yeah, that was really cool.
Badass.
So, yeah, I mean, as far as when I got into music, my roots were more metal, but then I met Tim, and he introduced me to like more pop punk stuff, and then I just kind of got into it through Tim. So I mean, we met each other in high school when we were like 15, so that's how I got into pop punk, actually, because Tim was like, dude, we should play this. So I was like, man, I like metal. And he's like, no, we should play this. I was like, all right.
No, actually, you met Bones.
Oh, yeah. Well, either way, dude.
Yeah, arbitrary.
I was in class with, Craig. Yeah, anyways.
I guess my favorite show was the one that I was speaking on. I felt like that was when Blink-182 was on their game, and it's the first time that I ever saw Newfound Glory. I didn't even know who they were. Some friend of mine told me about them, and I saw them, and I was like, wow, these guys are pretty cool too. And they've been one of my favorite bands throughout the years. I think it's just more for me of like how special it was, just because it was like my first show, and I don't think anything will top that.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty tough when you start with such a great show. Then it's like all the other shows are just
Yeah, that's hard shit.
Yeah.
Especially with still being in it,
right,
at that time.
Man, I would I don't even know. See, I haven't really been to a lot of shows. Most of my like great experiences were going to Warped Tour, because it's like it's almost like walking into a candy store. You can see a few metal acts in the morning, take a break, you go see a couple pop punk bands in the afternoon, grab a snack in the way or whatever, and then the headliners were always cool. I got to see A Day to Remember there once. The Word Alive has been there a lot of times. I really like them.
They're great.
I feel like their older stuff was like really hard hitting, and then
Hounds of Anubis.
Yes.
Yes.
And then it feels like as time went on, it just kind of, I don't know, it got more generic to me. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but
it is a little softer. I feel like there's definitely been sort of like a soft wave kind of taking over a lot of alternative metal and like pop punk, just kind of like an 80s influence almost, sort of, the synthy sort of vibe. But that's cool. I can vibe with it.
You don't like Joy Division?
Yeah, Joy Division.
You're gonna have to fight if you don't like them.
I saw some chick get stomped on at Warped Tour during an concert.
Please tell me you helped out.
Yeah,
right?
you helped, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, were you one of those that just took the video? Come on, man.
Oh, bro.
No video.
Camera phones.
Right, that's true.
that's crazy. So, coming back to years down for a little bit, like what can we expect from your upcoming material? Is it going to be more of the same? Do you have other influences kind of blended in with the pop punk?
Kind of all over the spectrum. We do a little bit of everything. There's a little bit of metal in there. There's a little bit of blues. There's a little bit of
There's definitely a skate, like our next single is gonna have. I mean, not to give too much away, but like it's definitely gonna have a skate vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's got that early Sum 41 sort of crossed with skate. Like
The anthem.
You could just throw in like anybody like Blink-182 or Rise Against, or just like anybody that was like on the first Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, basically in the punk genre. I mean, it's kind of off of that. It's fast paced, quick, and I don't know. I mean, typically that's like what I like about all our songs. We're not slowing it down. We're keeping that high energy throughout the whole concert, and it's just like we'll play a 45-minute gig and it'll just wipe us out, but man, it's worth it. And I know that just completely diverted from the question, so go back, continue.
Yeah, no, the next single, like I said, it's got kind of sort of like a skater punk sort of vibe crossed with like modern era pop punk, and I feel like we probably ride somewhere along like modern era pop punk, easy core sort of waters in terms of a lot of our songs. Like we've got those metal influences and those heavier elements, in addition to like the lighter elements coming from like the poppier side of pop punk and stuff like that. Not bubblegum pop though, I wouldn't say.
No, definitely not.
We haven't hit that.
Yeah, we're not that bad.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, it may be. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
It might happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to touch base on what John said with like making sure like we haven't slowed down. Each song, keeps getting faster or more for us to like jump and, be more getting the crowd into like participating type of show, like high, fast pace, and
high energy. Yeah.
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 Man, I have to tell you, this podcast has been one of the coolest things I've done, but a lot of times I just have no idea what to do, and I'll just ask questions.
Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
No,
We'll take it from there. Yeah.
I was I've listened to a few of your episodes, and I think that's probably one of my favorite part is that you're like completely unabashed about being like, just give me a second, I'm gonna come up with a question here, or like it's so free flowing. It's fucking awesome. It feels like you're actually like sitting in on a conversation with people versus someone that's like doing like an actual interview.
Yeah, that's why people listen in the first place,
Right, and that was kind of the whole concept when I started this, because I mean, the last thing I want to do is sit here and like badger you guys with questions like, oh, well, what's your favorite band? What's your favorite ice cream? Like, well, what do you drink on Sundays after you get out of church and you have a long day? Like,
yeah,
do you even go to
margarita?
But it does lend itself to some of those like weird pauses where I'll be sitting here going, that was an awesome piece of conversation, and now it's my job to drive us to the next spot, and I don't know where I'm going. And I got my eyes closed. We're getting pretty close to the end, but this has been a great episode, guys. So I thank you for taking the time out of your days to join me here.
Well, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thank you.
We can't appreciate it enough. Yeah.
And
thank you so much.
I just have to ask, really, you guys got anything coming up that you really want to make sure that you plug? Any upcoming shows or other than
the release.
Definitely our music video that's dropping
on the 30th
with New Noise.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for another music video that we'll have coming hopefully within the next month and a half, I think.
So can we say the song name or no?
We can say the song name.
Yeah.
Give a little teaser.
Tell him.
So the song is Best of Worst Times, and like we said, it's gonna have like a sort of skating vibe. I hope people really like it. I think what we're gonna come up with is gonna be really fun. You know, reminiscent of like a la Good Charlotte, the anthem, Sum 41 and Too Deep. You know, like just having fun in videos again and shit.
Right.
And yeah, just like keep an eye out. Like we're gonna be putting out new material throughout the course of the rest of the summer into the fall. There's a potential tour in the works. I don't know if we can talk too much about it, but definitely some dates in Texas with another band that's up and coming in the industry that we're really excited to work with. Hopefully we can have more for you, later on.
A little more information.
I mean, ideally, we'll post it on the Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
And Tim will post some more cool, interesting
TikToks.
Yeah.
But
he's pretty good at that. Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, the music video, the next release, and then just keep an eye out. We're gonna be putting stuff out all throughout the end of the year.
Yep.
Awesome. And then thanks for coming on, guys.
Great. Cool. Perfect.
But no, definitely while we're on the air, I do want to say you guys have been one of the more relaxed guests that I've had, so thank you for that. Tim, thanks for phoning in from a remote location unknown.
I couldn't miss this. So I had to do what I had to do to get on it. So
I do have I do have to let you guys know that you're always more than welcome to stop back on the show if you ever had anything else that you wanted to come on and talk about as well. So keep that in mind.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, maybe after next couple songs in, and it's like, yo, hey, we're about to release our sixth single. Here you go.
Right.
Yeah.
And keep me posted too, because if you when you do put stuff out, I started a playlist. It's not huge, but just trying to get just trying to get bands from from all over to kind of join it together, because you really don't know what's out there without checking. And if you're also getting,
you have to look for it now.
I feel like if you're also getting the perk of pushing your own stuff, it's like a win-win,
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What I do actually want to ask, like, what's been the biggest thing you feel like that's driven you guys to get to this point, and what's going to push you forward?
That's a good question. I would say, I mean, there's multiple answers to this. I'll take one of them. I guess, like, just the way we work together, and I think that time that we took during COVID to, like, just work with each other. I mean, like, I'll just say, like, one example. So one of our songs that we wrote during COVID, it's just like, it was about to be thrown away, and then we started like, wait, well, what if we change this? What if we change this?
Right.
And we just like stopped, like, we weren't just like offended that we're just writing our own parts. Like, for instance, like, like I came up with something that's like, hey, Aaron, try this on lead guitar, try this lead line, and then that's the lead line that's in the song. He wrote that. But then, like, Griff is mentioning, it's like, hey, John, try this on bass. They're like, that's a good idea. And then, it's like, hey, for the breakdown, it's like, you also came up with the rhythm for the breakdown. It's like, damn, that's a good idea, and same thing, like, it's like, Tim messages something to Ben about, like, hey, try this on drums. So it's like, it's kind of cool that, like, we're able to give each other feedback in each other's parts. And, like, I've been in bands in the past, like, you know what? You don't play that instrument. You don't get to say shit about it, but that's not how we are here. It's just like, we understand what it takes to make it to the next level, and we can give each other, constructive criticism, but, like, we'll take it in the right way and, like, all right, yeah, you're right. That's how we do improve.
Yeah, there's definitely no divas. I feel like everyone is really at the heart of it is out to make us a better band. Any criticism that we give one another is entirely based in just trying to make sure that the song is better and that we as a unit are better. And I think the heart of that mentality is probably what's driving us, you know, just constantly wanting to grow and improve, and, you know, just the general desire to see us accomplish what we've been dreaming about since like we were fucking little kids. Like, yeah, like, you know, since we were watching pop punk and metal and music videos and being like, man, that'd be so awesome. Wouldn't that be cool? You know, so yeah, I think that's definitely our
that's the biggest thing. Hard. I mean, just chasing the dream, you know, that's all it is right now until we actually make it to that next level. So
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. And I'm to touch on things that both Tim and Griff said, it's day by day, you know, to get to that place, and it's the daily work, and it's also, you know, the partnership that we all have with one another to making these songs, you know, work, and also, you know, with or again back to Griff, the wanting to excel, wanting to be better, wanting to, you know, continue moving forward, not only within yourself but within the group that you're in, you know. So yeah, I mean, that's the point there. I agree with that.
Yeah, starting this band, I never thought that, like, you got to make, you know, these guys are my friends now. You know, I may not have knew them in 2018, you know, besides Ben, but, like, you know, John is legitimately my friend. I think of Griff as my friend. You know, I call Aaron, check up on, see how he's doing. You know, I consider him my friend. You know, us being friends first, I think what makes us take the criticism the right way, so we can all move forward together with the same plan, and not being on different pages.
All right, excellent. Well, that is a great place for us to leave it off. Anybody who's watched, thank you so much for watching. If you're live or on the replay, if you're on Spotify, then you go fuck yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for watching. Check out Years Down. They're on Spotify. They're on YouTube. The works. You can find them on Facebook. They definitely give their stuff a chance. They've got a single, Better Off, out, and it's awesome. And guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope to get to have you on again sometime.
Thanks.
Yeah,
so much.
Thank you very much.